Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Ms. Pratiksha Shirodkar, Assistant Professor, Nirmala Institute of Education. I would like to introduce to all the dignitaries on the days for the press conference. We have Dr. Russell D'Souza, Principal of Nirmala Institute of Education. We have Dr. Devya Antau, convener of the conference and former Principal of Nirmala Institute of Education. We have Dr. Rita Pace, Director of Nirmala Institute of Education. Professor Dr. Mustafa, President of ILSC and Professor from Central University of Kerala, Ms. Rama Bide, Secretary of ILSC. So it is my privilege to welcome all of you for this press conference on the International Conference on Life Skills Education. And this conference is basically to bring together all the educators, researchers, and all the practitioners of life skill education to make sure that this message is conveyed to everybody who is in the system, to make sure we have the skills which are needed to navigate through 21st century. And we truly appreciate and understand the role of media in propagating this message. So it is a privilege to have all of you here. And I would like to invite Dr. Russell to kindly do the formal inaugural of this press conference.
It is indeed a privilege to have, in this August gathering, so many learned persons. We have Dr. Rita Pace, who is the Iron Lady of this institution. And today, this institution stands tall. That's because of credit goes to her. Dr. Delia Antau and my colleague, Ms. Pratiksha, Professor Mustafa, the lady by my side, Ms. Rama, and of course, I'm the lady from ILAC. So, good afternoon once again. Come to the conference. So the Indian Association of Life Skills Education, IALSC, Chennai, in collaboration with the Nirmala Institute of Education, Altina Panaji, is organizing the 10th International Conference on Life Skills, Integrated Learning and Living. Pathways for a Sustainable Future from February 27 to March 1st, 2025 at the Institute's premises. Now, what is going to happen during this conference? There are a lot of things happening, but in a nutshell, if I can tell you, so this conference basically aims to explore the integration of life skills in education and experiential lifestyles, highlighting their role in fostering personal and societal development. Key discussions will focus on sustainable living, digital connectivity, cultural competence, and emotional intelligence, while also examining policy implications, emerging trends, and collaborative opportunities among educators, communities, and industrial leaders. So, as I summarize the whole thing, it's a 3-day intensive conference during which you have a number of plenary sessions, parallel sessions, you have speakers from across the globe. So this is a wonderful experience, not only for educators, but across the spectrum. And we're very privileged to have this association with IALSC. And at the same time, we know that the outcomes of this conference are going to be so very positive. And we, as a teacher education institution that is forward looking, progressive in its nature and culture, is surely going to be an ambassador for life skills in the state of Goa. Thank you.
Really a privilege for Nirmala Institute of Education to organize this international conference jointly with the Indian Association of Life Skills Education, Chennai. The conference will be inaugurated by the Honorable Governor of Goa, Shri P.S. Sridharan Pillai, and we have the honor to have as our chief guest for the valedictory function, the Honorable Chief Minister of Goa, Shri Pramod Sawant. It is a rare privilege, I think, for us to have both the Honorable Governor of Goa as well as the Honorable Chief Minister of Goa to grace the same event. As a teacher education institute, I'm really happy that among the various stakeholders who will be participating in this conference, that we will be having also, we'll be also giving a good exposure to all the teacher trainees in Goa as well as school children. So during the conference, we will be having parallel sessions, we will be organizing satellite workshops for school children where the resource persons will be going to the schools to conduct this workshop. And the topic will be learning for life, integrating life skills into everyday school activities. Beside that, we will be also having session called the Teen Talk, which will be organized on campus. And for this, we will be having school students, both from the secondary as well as the high secondary section, who will be coming here to speak to us on the topic life skills and youth engagement, where they will be telling us about the important role that life skills plays in their lives to enhance the quality of life and for sustainable living. And we are really looking forward to this international conference.
I'm wondering why in today's world we need life skills education. Because when we were young, the hope was the area of life skills education. I remember we had a woman working with us to wash dishes and all. And my mother used to give her a cup of tea first because she would put her hands in cold water. So, right from that time, I learned the value of work and the value of different people contributing to the development of society. Unfortunately, today, the home has become a very difficult place to introduce life skills. And I think after this conference, we should have something for parents because they're struggling. They're struggling to impart values to their students. They're struggling to build up their children. And so, therefore, life skills have always been an important element in the growth of children, in the growth of families, and the growth of society. You know today what's happening in the world. It's let's compete and let's destroy each other. And that is not what life skills teaches. And so, therefore, I hope this conference, and I believe this conference, will bring about a change, at least in Goan society.
First of all, as the president of Indian Association of Life Skills Education, let me extend my gratitude to Nirmala Institute of Education for hosting the conference. As Sister had already pointed out, the relevance of life skills and life skills education need not be further elaborated. And when we proposed for this conference, it is with immense pleasure and delightfulness the political and governmental leadership of Goa and the Nirmala Institute of Education received the concept with open hand and with 100% dedication. Indian Association of Life Skills Education instituted in the year 2010, and we are celebrating a decade of very vibrant and eventful journey in the field of life skills education. Friends, life skills at a particular point of time in India, it has not been propagated and well accepted by the society and at the policy making level. But it is through the interference of simple but very humble effort, but the magnanimity was well taken and received by the leadership of the country. And it is reflected in the national education policy as well as the various policy guidelines from the part of University Grants Commission in the term of Jeevan Kaushal. And this conference, we hope that it will be a turning point in the educational landscape of the entire country, where more around 100 experts in the field of life skills and life skills education will be sharing their expertise and discourse on the varied topics and themes, where more than 300 delegates across the globe will be receptible to all these discourses and will be sharing their views and perspectives. And we have a particular, as Madam told, we have arranged a particular session to learn and listen to the teens of the contemporary society, where they are all the victims of the positives as well as negatives that is happening in the society. So it is a convergence of all the aspects that is happening in the in our society, and we hope that there will be a suggestive, sustainable pathways that will bring about the accomplishment of our national goals of education, which is envisioned in NEP 2020, and it will convert a vibrant youth to a more productive aspect. And we have see Arti Pardhan from ILSE. I have see my Miss Rama Bede from Mumbai, who is the secretary of Indian Association of Life Skills Education, and we all in a very coherent and cohesive and very emotional manner attaching to the cause of the great dreams of our nation building nation builders, and we are committed under the banner of Indian Association of Life Skills to achieve their dreams. And once again, I extend my gratitude to Nirmala Institute of Education for collaborating with us. And I request the support of the great media persons of this state to spread this message, because such is the drastic situation happen even in educated community, educated youth, in family and in institutions and the all sectors of the society. I request the media persons to take hold and internalize the spirit of the conference and be see all together as a team. We will work for our country and work for our generation. Thank you so much. When education is moving to a kind of material ridden kind of thing, the core element, that is the value system of humankind, has degraded and deteriorated. And that is reflected all kind of problems like this depression, disappointment, stress, suicidal tendencies, corruption, nepotism, communalism, regionalism, and all that kind of things. So the life skills education is a retake of what was there in the true educational process, including the nurturing from the family.
I am a subset of society. And how can I contribute towards society? And at Nirmala's, we've always kept this as a core value. And today we can proudly say that you ask for a student, and it will be a Nirmala student who's picked up first, because we are strongly grounded in a value system wherein it's more of we contribute towards society in different ways. And at the same time, of course, there are so many societal forces that influence the I, the me. But how do I tide over all these difficulties? How do I learn to problem solve? How do I nurture and nature certain abilities, that we say are very important in today's life system? Cognitive abilities, of course, you have problem solving and you have creativity, and all these abilities are very much a part of the system. But more than these, we have the affective abilities that we need to hone and develop. And I think this particular conference will sort of like will trigger in us, as to how we can re-look at how things are moving, how can we have newer perspectives, and how we can have synergy and energy. And this is really wonderful, and I think everybody is looking up to it. The students are also so very eager, and so are the participants and the other stakeholders, who are contributing towards this particular conference.
Education at different levels. We are also having a pre-conference workshop tomorrow in the institute. So where there will be a discussion on how to integrate life skills into curriculum, not just at school level, but also at higher education and in teacher education, so that it gets integrated and teacher education, so that it gets integrated in the curriculum. So that's also going to happen tomorrow.